Hello and welcome. Today we're going to do something a little simple. We're going to check our power steering fluid. Now this is almost always on the driver's side of your semi, at least on the older units. I'm not 100% positive on the newer ones, but there will be a little cap on top with a dipstick on it that you can unscrew and have a look-see. There's a full line and then there's an add line, and you want to check this cold generally. But we're right at the C, so I'm happy with that. But while you're looking at this, it's worth noting that pretty much all your power steering components are in the easily visible range. So if we look down here, this silver box here is your power steering pump. Now, just gotta keep an eye on those, make sure they're not leaking anything terrible. But generally, if they're not leaking and when you turn the wheel it's fairly easy, you ain't got much to worry about. Now there'll be a handful of hoses that you can keep an eye on. Here's one, here would be another, and it runs back down. And this is your power steering gearbox. Now these, they're a pain. Hopefully you never have to work on them. I mean, yes, they're simple to replace, blah blah blah, but the mounting bolts for them are down here and over here, and so if you ever do have to take it off, they're usually in there pretty good. You're gonna need an impact. Plus there's a special puller that you use, so you take this nut off and then there's a puller that pulls this arm off after you get the mounting bolts. So they're a pain, but you know, ultimately pretty reliable. You don't generally have too many issues with these. And then, you know, you got your steering shaft input comes in the front, which then turns this arm, which turns this forward and back, which turns this big arm, and that turns your wheels. So there's kind of a breakdown of those components. Nothing too complicated. For those who are newer to the industry, just keep an eye on this. As long as you got fluid in this and it turns, great. If it doesn't, call your shop manager and say, hey, I've got fluid in the reservoir and I'm turning the wheel, but it's taken everything I got, and that's a terrible thing. Anyway, stay safe and have a blessed day.